Joe Manchin is garbage. Joe Manchin is shit on my shoes. So now that I've gotten my biases out of the way, here is a video of someone on Twitter bird dogging, which means repeatedly asking questions until you get an answer, or to just show how they don't answer people. Joe Manchin in Washington, D.C. Let's watch this clip because it's entertaining.
CC report, the planet is warming, and if we don't keep it under 1.5 degrees, New York City is going to go underwater.
So now, as you can hear, let's start this from the beginning again. Joe Manchin is saying, we're working on it, we're working on it, we're working on it. Now, again, I need to remind everyone, Joe Manchin, father of someone who is engaged in price gouging for EpiPens, holding people hostage and ransom for money so that they can continue not to die from allergic reactions, finding out how to sell extra pens to people, as a way of price gouging them. Again, that was Joe Manchin's daughter. Joe Manchin himself is a coal baron, heavily invested in coal companies, has been shooting down climate change legislation since day one of the Biden presidency. This guy will possibly be single-handedly responsible for the death of our planet, right? It needs to be understood. This guy is a piece of garbage. He's shit on my shoes. He is shit on everybody's shoes, right? But we're not talking about the hard, very, it's been dry for a while kind of turds, right? We're talking about the wet, it just rained, mushy, right? That shit's gonna smear into your fucking shoes. You're probably gonna have to buy new shoes, let's be honest. But anyway, let's play this again.
CC report, the planet is warming, and if we don't keep it under 1.5 degrees, New York City is going to go underwater. Your state is going to go underwater. I'm not going to be quiet. I've listened to you enough. I've heard you own a coal plant, and you will never represent your constituents fairly because all you care about is your greed, your corporate greed. I'm a student activist. I am terrified about my future. I'm terrified that my family. I'm terrified that my family is going to die. I'm terrified.
So now Joe Manchin is accusing her of disrespect. I think it's disrespectful. Probably I would go as far as to say it's disrespectful to, say fuck you to the entire country, $15 minimum wage, so on and so forth, other things that Joe Manchin has shot down. Again, is someone, harassing essentially, but in a good way, Joe Manchin gonna change his votes? No. But it sure as hell is cathartic. It feels good to hear someone say, I've listened to you enough. Fuck you, Joe Manchin. Right? If I saw Joe Manchin, I would fucking flip that motherfucker off. I would fucking moon that motherfucker. I would throw, I can't throw a tomato because that's illegal. But if we could, I'm just saying, tomatoes, very throwable. Soft tomatoes, we're talking about Jersey tomatoes. They make them different up there. Anyway, this guy needs to be publicly condemned. Every time Joe Manchin steps outside, there should be thousands of people with megaphones and LRADs blaring "fuck you, Joe Manchin" into his ears. He needs to go deaf from being protested. He needs to never be able to leave the house. He should never be allowed. He should never be allowed to go to a restaurant, God forbid. If he does go to a restaurant, people should spit in his food. This guy is a traitor, not to just the United States of America, but to humanity. So fuck this motherfucker. Fuck Joe Biden, or Joe Manchin. And also shout outs to Magnolia Mead on Twitter for doing a good job and harassing the shit out of this guy on the street because he deserves it. And this is the default for all of our shit fuck politicians, not just Joe Manchin, but all of the shit fuck politicians that we have. They should not be allowed to go in public. They should not be allowed to go to restaurants. They should not be allowed to drive on the streets that we have until they decide to represent what the constituents that elected them desire. And they're not doing that. So I don't know, man. Anyway, fuck Joe Manchin. All my homies hate Joe Manchin. So